Okay. All right. Good morning, everyone. If you can hear me, please type yes in the chat box if you can hear me. If you can hear me, please type yes in the chat box. Good morning and welcome to a brand new day morning market view where we look at the market and then we see, what we can do and how much we can make out of it. Try and see if you can take advantage of today's movements to see how much we can make. Okay. All right. Let's get into it quickly. All right. So first of all, what we want to do, we want to go and check out Forex Factory to see what news we have for today and how we can take advantage of it. Today is 8th of February. Yeah, we have some high impact news today. We have the unemployment claims by 2:30 p.m. and we have the Royal Bank of Australia. The Royal Bank of Australia, the hold on. The governor of the Royal Bank of Australia is going to be speaking around 11:30 p.m. in the Australian zone. Now, these are fundamentals that you can always take advantage of. I like to take advantage of fundamentals. You know why? Because during fundamentals, there's always movement in the market. And I like it when there's movement in the market. Movement. Prices are always moving. The market is volatile. And when the market is volatile, that is a very good time to make some quick money for yourself. So watch out for 2:30 p.m. today, unemployment claims. Take advantage. So if you are on a trade, you can set pending order, buy stop, sell stop, let's say 5 minutes before 2:30 p.m. or 2 minutes before 2:30 p.m., depending on how fast you are. If you are very fast, you can set those pending orders by that time. Okay. So USD, AUD today, 2:30 p.m., 11:30 p.m. So let us look at some of the let's look at some instruments today we are going to be trading. Let's look at D40. Let me see what's going on with D40. Let me see what's going on with D40. So D40, hold on. All right, the reason why I chose D40 because this is a European stock, right? D is Germany. Germany is in Europe, right? Germany is in Europe, and I think the European markets are they're in full swing by now. They're in full swing by now. So let's look at what is going on here. What is going on here? If you look at this chart, you would see that price has, from this low point, price went to this high. Then from here, it came down to this low, went to this high, came down here, went to this high point. From this high point, price is currently here. So price was at this high. Now it's currently here. And then if you look at our RSI, you see that our RSI is below what? 50. Now, when my RSI is below 50, I'm looking out for what? For sales. I'm looking out for what? For sales. Okay? When it is below 50, I am looking out for sales. Now, this is a bit tricky because this was the highest points that price got to. Then from here, it got to this low point, right? So I could draw this in two different ways. But right now, my RSI is bending down below 50. So I know that okay, I'm still in that downtrend. So I'm in a downtrend. So I'll be looking out for what? For sales. I'll be looking out for sales. All right, so let me do my markups quickly. Let me do my markups. Let me do my markups quickly. If you look at this on 15 minutes, you see that from this highest point to this lowest point, this is a low. Then this is another low, which is higher. This is another one, which is higher as well. Right? So you can draw it in two different ways. Draw it down like this. Right? I like to use my trend lines. And draw it down. Also, I can actually do this as well because two things can happen here. Then I add my moving average. All right, so on the 15 minutes time frame, we can see on the 15 minutes time frame is an uptrend, right? Look, the RSI is above 50 on 15 minutes, but on 1 hour it is below. But it's trying to come up. It's trying to come up, and this is like a bullish engulfing candle here. This is like a bullish engulfing candle. So if I want to go in for a buy, I would want price to break above this trend line here, and I can go in for that buy, right? So I can go in for a buy if price gets to for D40, I can go in for a buy if price. No, there is a resistance here. It doesn't matter anyway. If this particular candle or any candle can close above this trend line, on the next candle you want to go in for a buy. On the next candle, you want to do what? You want to go in for a what? For a buy, and you want to take your profits at. You want to go in for a buy and take your profits at. You want to go in for a buy at 17064.6. 1706. That is on D40. 1706.4. You want to go in for a buy at that price, and then you want to take your profit at 1708.46. 1708.46 for the buy. Now, in the event that it sells, you want to go in for a sell once price gets to, okay, not here, because this trend, this moving average can still act as a support and break it down. So I want to put this below the moving average, right? So you want to go in for a sell at price level. Hold on, move it a bit. At price level 17024.5. 17024.5. 17024.5, and then you want to take your profit at 17011.9. 17011 point what? 0.9. Now my bias is more of a buy than a sell. It's more of a buy because this, okay, sorry, I said more of a sell than a buy. Because we are on a downtrend. Why are we on a downtrend? Because there are a series of what lower highs. Right? Although from this high, price got to this low, but this is another low here. That is why I use another trend line to link this low with this low, right? But price is kind of bouncing between an uptrend and a downtrend. That's why I drew two trend lines. Okay, so I hope we have those figures. All right. Then the next one we want to go for, the next one we want to go for is let's look at some currencies. Let's look at some currencies. Euro USD. Yeah, Euro USD. All right, for Euro USD, let's see what's going on here. Let's look at what's going on here. Now there are times when the market is when market volatility is low. So you want to really you really want to avoid the market when the volatility is low, right? Now, if you look at Euro US, what can you observe? You would see that price from here, look at it on the 4 hours. This is like the highest point. From here, it went down to this lowest point here, right? From this high point, price went down to this lowest point, and from that lowest point, it has been going what up. So if I was to ask quickly, who can help us? What is the trend? What is the trend? What do we think the trend is on the sorry on Euro USD? Based on what I just explained before. Look at price was on this high and it came down to this lowest point, right? And from this lowest point, it is currently at this point here. So what trend are we going to say we are? Mr. Kasme, how can it be? Mr. Kasme and Mr. Celestin, how can it possibly be a downtrend? How? Like, how can it possibly be a downtrend? How? There's no way. This was the highest point. From this highest point, it went to this lowest point. So this is the lowest point that price got to before it started coming up. And from here, it has come up all the way to this point. So currently, we are on an uptrend. So I'm going to link this low with this one. Both one I want to see, right? You can see how it played out here. All right, so and that uptrend still continues, although market volatility is quite low right now. Market volatility is what is low at the moment, right? Price has the candles are not moving as fast as we would want them to move. They're not moving as fast as we want them to. All right. So let me add my moving average to be and see what's playing out there. All right. For a buy on Euro USD, you want to go in for a buy if price can get to 1.07892, 1.07892, and you want to take your profits at price level 1.07967. 1.07967 for the buy of what? Euro USD. You want to take your buy at price level 1.07982 and take your profit at 1.07967 at 1.07967. So that's for the buy of Euro USD. Now for the sell, I don't really have much of a sell preference because there are too many things. Okay, the only sell preference that I'll probably have is from this week resistance here. Look at what happened here. Can you see what happened here? So yeah, have a sell preference. Don't worry. Okay, no be showing well. So my sell preference would be, see how this candle was rejected at this resistance here. You can see price came down, price came up to this resistance and was rejected and came down to this point here. So for my sell preference, can take a sell if price is rejected at this point, can take a sell at the 1.07848. I can take a sell at 1.07848 and take my profit at 1.07811. Take a sell at 1.07848. Take my profit at 1.07811. That is for my sell, my buy and sell on the Euro USD. My buy and sell on Euro USD. All right. So let's look at the GBP USD and see what we can get there. GBP, I'm going to ask the same question I asked before. If you are looking at this chart, you want to be looking at it from left to right, right? So from left to right, price has gone down here, went up, came down, went up, came down, went up, came down. So you want to know, that should help you know the trend. Now, looking at GBP USD, if you look at it from here, if you're looking at it from here to the right, well, let me go to the 4-hour time frame. If you're looking at it from here, from this point on to the right, what trend would you say GBP USD is in? What trend are we going to say GBP USD is? What trend? Mr. Emmanuel Mills says it's an uptrend. Who agrees with Mr. Emmanuel Mills? Let me quickly ask Mr. Emmanuel Mills why he thinks it's an uptrend. Since he says it's an uptrend, Mr. Emmanuel Mills, let me quickly ask you. So I'm going to unmute you. So I've unmuted you. Just quickly tell us why you think GBP USD is an uptrend.
Okay, good morning, everyone. If we look at it was on a downtrend up till about in the evening of yesterday, and it has started the uptrend. If you look at how your chart is on 1 hour, and if you look at since if you look at after it made this great hammer, it has started moving steadily up until now, and it's still although the market is ranging now for the past several hours, about 7-8 hours, it's been ranging since last night or till this morning. It's been ranging, so it's on an uptrend.
Yes, yeah, definitely, it's on an uptrend, right? So, thank you very much, Mr. Emmanuel. So, if you look at this was the highest point that price got to. From here, it got to this high point. Then from this high, it went down to this lowest point. This was the highest point that price got to before it started coming down. And this was the lowest point that price got to before it started going what? Up. You know, an uptrend is a series of what? Higher highs and higher what? Lows. Right? If you go, you would see that this has been creating this is like a this is a low, this is another low, this is another low, another low. You can see that the lows keep getting what? Higher, right? Even the highs, this is a high, this is another high, another high, another high, another high. So the highs and lows keep getting higher. Unlike this one, this is a high, this is another high, this is another high, this is another high, right? So there was a high here, another high which is lower. There was a low here as well, another low, right? So this is a high, lower high, lower high, lower high. But at this point, this continuous lower high now switched from lower highs to what? To higher highs. Can you see high, 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 right? Then look at the lows as well. This is a low, this is another low, this is another low, lower highs. It now moved from lower highs to what? Higher highs. Sorry. This is a low, low, low. It moved from lower lows to what? To higher lows. So this is a low, this is another low, this is another low, this is another low. So I hope we understand. Mr. Emmanuel, let me unmute you again. Just, I want to hear you. Mr. Emmanuel, I want to, please unmute yourself.
Yes,
You
I
understand what I
do.
just explained now?
I do very well. It's creating
You
higher
understand
highs.
you understand the concept of this, right? This is
I
the
do
high,
very well.
the
I
high,
do.
getting lower. Then at this point, this lower high is now because at this point, this was the last lower high before it started going to high to this one, to this one, to this one, right? So it changed from lower highs to higher highs, and also from lower lows, low, low, low to higher lows. So that is how you know that a trend has changed. Okay. So we are in an uptrend right now, and the market has been ranging, and as Mr. Emmanuel rightly said, it has been ranging between this region, has been ranging between this region. So let me add my moving average as well. Right. So you can see how this moving average is aligning with this weak support, serving as um, a resistance area. Now, if price can come down here and break below this low, you can go in for a short sell on GBP USD and take your profit. So a short sell at 1.26234. Remember, we are in a downtrend. That is why I placed this sell. Sorry, we are in an uptrend. So this sell can be like a retracement. A retracement is like what is happening here. See, there'll be a short sell, then it will move up. Another short sell, move way, way up. Then a small short sell, move up again. That is what is probably likely to happen here as well, right? So if it breaks, if this candle breaks and closes below this trend line, on the next candle, you want to take a sell at 1.26234 and take your profit at 1.26156. You can see how the take profit is resting on this weak support, which is also coinciding with this moving average, right? Because I'm expecting that if price comes down to this moving average, that what might happen? Who knows what I'm thinking might happen if price comes to this moving average, this weak support area? Who knows? Who can give me an idea? Yes, my moving average is on 21. Yeah, you know. Who can give me an idea why exactly? Because the moving average is also acting as a what? As a as a support. So this moving average together with this weak support. Remember, you want to be buying from a support and you want to be selling from a what? From a resistance. Look at this is a resistance here. Can you see? This is a resistance. Can you see how the market sold massively from this resistance and came all the way down? Do you see that? It's so down, 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 down. So whenever you are around the resistance, you want to be looking to sell Whenever you're in a support, you want to be looking to do what? To buy. Okay, so the reason why I put my take profit here is because I'm thinking that once price comes down here, look at what happened here. Last time price came down to that support, it pushed up. Look at it here again. Last time price came down there, it pushed up. It pushed what up. So either that or for my buy, this trend line might be strong and it might push, might reject this price around this point. So found for a buy on GBP USD, I might be looking at going for a buy once price gets to 1.26340, 1.26340, and then I'm taking my profit at 1.26387. 1.26387. 1.26387. Okay. 1.26387. All right. Two on it twice. All right, so let's look at let's see. Let's check another one. Let's see what's happening around. Let's see USD JPY. USD JPY. Remember, the first thing you want to know is the trend. So I'm trying to teach us trend while I'm doing this at the same time. So from what I'm seeing here, somebody should help me with the trend. I just want no, someone should just raise up their hand. I want to ask. I want to hear you tell me this trend and explain to me why you think it is that trend. So somebody should raise up their hand and just help me. Who wants to help us with what the trend is right now on USD JPY? Who wants to help us with what the trend is on USD JPY? Hello, just one person. Anybody, raise up your hand. Anyone, nobody. Mm, somebody raised up their hand. I'm trying to find the person that raised up their hand. Oh, okay, Mr. Oluwadarasiwa. So, Mr. Olaoye, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Oh, a lady, sorry.
No problem. So I think it's an uptrend because it's creating a series of higher highs and higher lows.
Mm.
But I can see that at a point is consolidating. I'm not so sure, but I think it's an uptrend.
Yeah, it's an uptrend. So, you should be, I like what you should do is look at the market from left to right? So, Darasua, from here now, can you see my cursor? No, don't worry. Just unmute it. Unmute. I'm still like I want to.
Okay, yeah, I can see your cursor.
Now, can you look at this? Can you see this low?
Mm-hmm.
So from this point all the way from this lowest point, this was the lowest point that price got to. Then it started going up until it got to this highest point, right?
Yeah.
Then from there it went down, went up, came down, went up, came down. From this lowest point again, it went up to this highest point. So lows and highs. A low means the lowest point that price got to before it went up. High means the highest point that price got to before it went down, right? Let's say for Naira now, what was the last low for Naira? The last low for Naira was about, let's say, 400 and something. That was the lowest point that Naira got to before it shot up to 800 and something, and now it's at 1,400 and something. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So it went down to this low, came up to this high, came down to this low. Now it has gone up to Yeah. So right now, as you correctly said, we are in an what? We are in an uptrend. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. So we can go to 1 hour and then look at what is happening here. Right. Look at, so this is like the uptrend from here. Can connect this low to this one. Go to 15 minutes and see. I can still even connect this one to this one here if I want, but we can clearly see that the market has been pushing up. But right now, the market is close to a what? To a resistance, right? It is at a resistance, not even it is at a resistance. And if you look to your left, the last time price got to this resistance, what happened? It cascaded all the way down here. So it will make sense to say that price might likely reject from that place as well. So you want to go in for a sell at somewhere around here and take your profit. This is a proven resistance, which is a strong resistance, right? And take your profit at let me add my moving average to see where I can take my profit. Okay. And take your profit at you want to go in for you want to enter a sell when if price can get to 148.634, 148.634 on USD JPY, and then you want to take your profit at 148.366. Want to take your profit at 148.366. That is for the sell preference on USD JPY. Hold on. Yeah. Now, if price can break above that moving average, you want to go in for a sell at price level, sorry, for a buy at price level 148.933, 148.933, and take your profit at 149.258. 149.258. 148.933, 149.258. Okay. Let me look at gold. I don't normally do gold. I'm mostly I actually prefer to trade indices because indices will give you more money. You know, this is going to give you way more money. Now, this one is a nice one. I think someone can help us with the trend here as well. Someone can help us with the trend. Who wants to help us? Okay, Mr. Dial, help us with the trend on gold. What do you think the trend is saying? You can unmute yourself. What do you think the trend is saying on gold?
Yeah, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm happy to be here this morning. Well, I'm still trying to understand trading fully, but from what I've learned so far, first of all, I'm going to put in some little analysis, this thing. From the going down to the RSI, it's below 50. So that is an indication for a sell up and downtrend. Then from the chart, going back to the chart, the what they call it, the chart, it's close to the support. It tested the untested resistance and it has bounced back, going down to the support. So once it breaks the support, sorry, I'm lost now.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
I didn't want you to tell us what the trend was with respect to the RSI. I wanted to know
Okay.
what the trend is just by looking at the charts.
Okay.
So,
Okay. From the chart now, it's if we go by to the highest point, yes, it has tested the resistance level and it has created a higher lower high, and it's now oh God. Sorry, I'm trying to arrange the English, but
you
I don't know
try.
how
You
to.
try. Don't
Yeah,
worry. You actually tried.
yeah,
I think
yes.
Darasura also let's hear what she has. Probably
Okay.
probably what she
All
says
right.
might be the same thing with what you're saying. So
All right. Thank you,
let's
sir.
hear what Dara. Yeah, you're welcome. So Dara, see what you can. I think you want to say something.
Yeah. So for me, I think that it is an uptrend because let me zoom in.
We're on 1 hour.
Yeah, it got to the highest point at February 1, 11 o'clock. Then it created the higher low, then higher high. Then from there it started going down, so a downtrend. Then it started going up again at what time is this? I think this is 6th of February, 3 o'clock. That was the higher low, then higher high, higher low, higher high. I'm not sure, Sha, but I just think that's what
I don't agree with you on this one, Dara Siwa. So if you look at what is happening here, I think you were referring to this one. You see, from this, because I said, look at the chart from left to right, right? So if you're looking at it from your left to your right, you see that price, this was the highest point. From this highest point, this was a high. This was another high, which was lower. Another high, which was lower. So sorry, from here, it came down to this low, came up to this high, which is still lower than the previous one, and then it came all the way here. Then from this lowest point, it went up to this place, came down and went to this high point here. Currently, this was this was a high. It came down, formed another high, which is lower than this previous one, came down again. This is the current high right now. This is the recent high, which is still lower than this high, which is lower than this high. Do you understand that as well? I just omitted you. Do you understand?
I'm trying
So,
to understand this.
So you're looking at it from left to right. So here came down, went up to this high. Now it went down, formed another high, this one, which is lower than the previous one. Came down, went up again. This is the recent high. That is the most recent high that it is forming at. It has formed as at right now, which is still lower than the previous one. So for now, we are going to draw our trend line like this from this high, link this one like that. So when price goes up, then we can now say we are trying to it's probably turning into back into an uptrend, right?
Yes.
All right. So this is the resistance, the closest resistance of 1 hour. This is the closest support for 1 hour. If I go to my 15 minutes, you can actually enter a sell. See, there's an inverted hammer on this moving average. Look at this inverted hammer. So you can enter a sell at the current market price, and you can go take your profit at 2029.23. You can go in for a sell at the current market price of gold, and you can take your profit at 2029.23. You can see it clearly, right? Look at this is an inverted hammer being rejected by this moving average here. Okay. Or you can decide to maybe your first take profits can be here. So 30.82 can be your first take profit, and then 2029.23 can be your second take profit. So TP1 2030.82, TP2 2029.23. Right? So that is my take for gold. Then for the buy, you might probably be looking at a buy around this area here. Because a trend cannot continue forever. If you look at if you look at the left side of your chart, if you look at the left side of your chart, you would see that this area is like a support. Look at price has rejected here multiple times. Here, 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 here. Although it broke, this support zone was broken here, came back up, and it is now, strong again. That's what's might likely happen here. So price might get into this zone and then start to go back up. So that is my take. I don't really have, like I said, the buy preference for gold will be when it enters into this support area. So if you look to your left on 1 hour, you would see a lot of rejection here, 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 here. It broke it, came back up above it, came down to retest it, was rejected up again, came down again, and is trying to test it again, right? So if price gets into this zone, that's when you might be looking out for a buy. I'm not using 50 EMA, I'm using 20. This is a 21 period moving average. 21. It's 21. All right, so that is my take on gold. Let me look at indices. Should I do one more currency? Let me look at indices. US. Let me look at US 2000. I like US 2000 a lot. That's been a blessing to my life. That's been a blessing to my life. You know why US 2000 has been a blessing to my life? Because the profit per peak on US 2000 is mad, it's crazy. What I mean is if you put, let's say, one standard lot, if you place one standard lot on US 2000 and it moves just one peak, you're going to be making about 280 something thousand naira. Now that is madness. That is why I like US 2000. Okay. All right, so let's look at the US 2000. Let's look at US 2000. Who can help us with what the trend is currently on US 2000? Anyone who can salvage us? Who can salvage us? We are in a fix and we need a savior. What the savior has to do just to help us get out of this fix by telling us what trend US 2000 is in at the moment. Who can help us? Anyone? Okay, Mr. Dio. Are you raising up your hand? Or was it before? Let me just put your hand and that of Darasawat. So let me ask again. Probably some can help us. Darasawat says she thinks the downtrend. Well, if you think, well, you can tell us why. Okay, Olugbenga Faniyo wants to help us. So Mr. Benga, you can mute.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Benga.
Yes, I think it's consolidating.
Yes, it is consolidating at the moment between here.
Yes, at the moment.
Between here and here. But that consolidation is still within a trend. If you will agree with me. It is consolidating quite all right. But it's still within a particular trend. So what trend is it?
Trend up. It's uptrend.
Mr. Benga said it's an uptrend. Well, let's see if another person has a. Let's see.
Now trying to revise back up.
Okay, we'll see. Let's see whether you're correct. Let me ask Mr. Emmanuel Mills. So, Mr. Emmanuel, what do you think about trend? I've omitted you.
Okay, it's clearly on a downtrend because it has created a lower low, two lower lows, and by right now it's just ranging for about 7-8 hours, and clearly, if you see from where the support,
Did you say two lower lows? Did you say two lower lows?
Yes, 1, 2, and
two lower lows.
one lower low, basically. But we right now, where it's trending, where it's ranging now, we can call that a lower low. Although it's not close, but it's lower than the previous low. It's lower than the previous low. 1, 2.
I don't think I agree with you.
Okay.
Let's hear from oh, okay, there are so I also say something again. I don't know. I don't think it's a lower low. Let me maybe there are so I might have a different idea. So there are so what do you think? Only three. No other person is saying anything apart from that's why you can speak.
So you already said the lower low, so let me just put my hand down.
No, but look. You see, this stuff was, from here, from this low, it went up to this high. From this highest point, it went down to this lowest point. From this lowest point, it went up to this highest point. And I look at trend from either 1 hour or 4 hours from a higher time frame, right? Not from like 15, from 1 hour upwards. And that's how I look at trend. So from this lowest point here,
Okay,
it
I
went
see.
up to this highest point. From this highest point, it went down to this lowest point. From here, it went to this highest point.
Oh,
So this is a high, this is another high, this is the current high now. So Mr. Emmanuel, you can see what I'm saying. So this is a high, and this is another high. So I can draw something like this. So this is a lower what? A lower high. And if you look at the RSI, it's also below 50 as well. But I don't want it to be, I want you to just be able to identify it. Just in case you don't have the RSI, you can see I have added my moving average. My moving average is acting as a resistance, trying to block, the candle from moving above it, right? So you can see what's happening here. So this is my US is on a downtrend, and you want to go in for a buy if price gets to 1950.5. If price gets to 1950.5, or better still, since there's a kind of support here, let's move it down a bit. If price gets to 1949.3, you want to go in for a sell on US 2000 and take your profit at 1944.6. Now I want to show us something quickly. I want to show us a website quickly that I think is going to help us. What can you see on your screen? So there's this website that helps me know. So when I'm trading indices, this website helps me to calculate volatility. So if you look at US 2000 right now, you will notice that US 2000 the candles are moving, but it's like when you're in traffic and your car is just moving slow. It's moving, but it's moving slowly. That's like what's happening here, right? It's different from when the car enters the express and it begins to move really, really fast. Now, if you look at this website, you notice that trading volume. So this red shows us that the trading volume is low, right? Is low, right? So this is not telling you that right now. This is on I think it's on green. But look at this is the highest point of this chart here. This is the highest point. So if you were to trace it upwards, it tells you that between the hours of 4 and 5, let's say 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5 p.m. every day, every single day, 3, 4, 5. And then even and on days where maybe there's a fundamental by maybe 1:30, you can also trade the fundamentals. But I'm saying that if you want to trade indices, apart from what we give you in the morning, in the evening around 3, 4, 5 p.m., This thing here is telling you that this I don't know what this is, like a wire or a line. This curved line is telling us that this is the highest, this is the time in the day when the market is at its highest volatility period. So if I want to trade US 100, US 2000, US 30, US 500, I should be looking at them around, let's say between 4 and 5. Let's start from 3, 4, 5 p.m. in the evening. That's when you begin to see some major movements. Look at these candles are moving small. That's when you begin to see very big candles like this. Look at this long, very tall candle. And you know, when you have tall candle, you can practically go from, let's say you place a trade now. The trade can be at, let's say, 1,000 naira. And in a split second, it can go from 1,000 naira to like 45,000 naira in split seconds. Why? Because the market volatility is what is high at that particular period. Okay. All right. So for the buy on US 2000, we want to go in for a buy. If price can go above this, this high, price can come here. We want to go in for a buy. So the price has to break this moving average, break this trend line. You want to go in for a buy and take your profit at 1958.9. So you want to no, not even, because this buy, if there's a resistance here, to start pushing from the resistance, right? So first of all, your first buy will be around here. Your first buy will be around here. If price, was to go down. If price was to go down, your sell comes down and hits this untested support. Look at what happened the last time price came there. The last time price came to the untested support, it came down here and was pushed up all the way to this point. So if that happens here, then you want to be looking to buy around that area. But if price is rejected here, and this is not a good place to buy because the price is already going down. So you want to buy around this place here. Around here. If price goes down into this zone, you want to be looking to buy around that area. Okay. That is what you want to be looking to do. Okay, so that is my take on US stock. Let me quickly US 100. Let me just do how many ones? I'll do 2 more and then I'll be gone. US 100, where's US? US. Can't see US 100 here. Where's US 100? Okay. Let's define it. So US 100. All right, this is US 100. Let me know, boy. So this is US 100, and we can clearly see that US 100 is still on an uptrend. It's an uptrend, right? It has been going up. This is currently is at the resistance. You always want to look to sell at the resistance. Okay. Let me add my moving average. It helps me to know what to do. Now look at what is happening here. So if price can break this moving average and go below it, you want to go in for a sell around here and take your profits. Might not even go down there, but just take your profits. Just because we are, like I said, we are in an uptrend. So any retracement should be like just minor, right? Just a minor retracement before it starts going back up. So for US 100, you want to take your sell at 17825.84. 17,825.84, and then you want to take your profit at 17,802.18. 17,802.18. But if price gets this moving average and then it is pushed up, you know, like what happened here, like see how price came down, but these are very small candles. So like I said, the volatility here is low. Volatility is what? Is low. There's no entry for buy on US 2000. I don't have a buy entry for US 2000. So there's low volatility here. And I explained to us that around, let me send this link to us on the chat. So you can, that's this link should be your friend. Should always be, you know, be looking at it. Should always be looking at it. All right. So if price rejects here, you want to go in for a buy above this moving average. Sorry, above this resistance here. You want to go in for a buy above that resistance. See how small these candles are. You want to go in for a buy and then take your profits. Let me see. So you want to go in for a buy at 17880.17. 17880.17 and take your profit at 17917.19. 17917.19. So I'm giving us a sell preference as well, right? This should be my last one. So choosing to do between US 30 or US 500. So anyone that has it, okay. Still the same thing. Okay. So this should be my last one. So for US 500, we are still on an uptrend, though the market is ranging now, but that range is happening on an uptrend, right? So I'm going to link this low with the current one. Let me go on 15 minutes so I can see them. So you can see I'm linking it with this current low here. So I add my so price is ranging between here and here, right? Add my moving average. You can see the moving average acting as a resistance here, right? So if price can break above this resistance here, you want to go in for a buy on US 500. You want to go in for a buy on US 500 at 5015.9. 5015.9. $5015.9, and you want to take your profits at 5018.2. 5018.2. Now for the sell, if you can break below, hold on, okay. If you can break below this trend line this moving average and this verified support, you can see the three of them acting as confluences, right? You want to go in for a sell at this price level and then take your profits at that's still an uptrend. So you don't want to go down too much for yourself because that sell might just be like a retracement, like all these small retracements. See, it's like a small retracement and the price went all the way up. You can see this small candle here, and then look at what happened, how the price went, you know, all the way up. Do you understand? So that's like you don't want to be caught up in a sell when the trend is obviously an uptrend. So for the sell preference on US 500, you want to sell at 5008.6, and then you want to take your profit at 5004.4. All right, I think I've tried for today. We have there's going to be an AI innovation conference on the we are going to be having it in Lagos and Port Harcourt. So you can take advantage of it. If you want to maybe get a robot to trade for you, that conference is for you, and then you'll be offered all the support. There are different packages. There's a package for 1 year, and then depending on the amount of money you are paying for, you just get different benefits basically. So ask your account manager to give you the details. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. It's time for me to go. I hope we learned something. Once I was coming in on here, what I said US 500, the buy is at 5015.9. We take profit at 5018.2. While the sell is at 5008.6, we take profit at 5004.4. All right. Thank you guys. Have a nice day.